Hello, welcome to the channel. This is New World Tarot and I am Queen. Um, for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, please do. If you like the content, if you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up button. That would be greatly appreciated. So, today I came on here to talk about a very touchy topic. And, I think that is something that's been on my mind for the last few days. I've actually been doing a lot of soul searching. Is the reason why I've been very quiet. I know a lot of people are probably wondering what's going on with me. I've been quiet for a reason. It's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy. That me being a empath, it affects when energy shifts in the universe. Sometimes it can be really difficult for me to put things together and process everything. So right now I'm going through a stage of processing and a lot of soul searching. So that's what's been up with me, for those of you that care. For those of you who are visiting here for the first time, I'm going to let you know right now that if you get triggered by subjects that have something to do with religion or your belief, or anything that could be considered controversial, this is probably not the conversation for you. Excuse me. But I've been thinking about this for probably like the past week or so. I think it's in the air. But what I want to talk about today is God truly responsible for all the things that we lay on this heavenly God, this invisible energy that everybody says is not a man? They say it's a spirit that's responsible for everything. Because I hear people asking questions all the time. Oh, you know, if God is real, why is there evil? If God is real, you know, why does this thing happen? Why do babies get hurt? Why does, you know, all these different things happen? Why do people get toe tagged? Why do the good die young? I hear stuff like that all the time. So I actually want to propose a question to everybody who happens to come across this video. If you come across this video, then that means you probably need to hear this message. So the question I have is God truly responsible for all the things that we lay on this God, this God's shoulders, or this God's responsibility? Okay. Now, I'm going to go into the Bible, which I don't like to do, but I'm going to go into the Bible and I'm going to read a verse and then we're going to talk about it, okay, like they do in church. All right, like I said, if you're easily triggered, please just get off this video right now. This is all a matter of my opinion. This is not me trying to change anybody's mind or decision about anything that they believe. Believe what you want. I just want you to ask yourself the questions that I'm going to ask in this video, okay? All right, so I'm going to go into Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And it reads, this is the King James Version Bible, which is one of the older versions. There's many Bibles, but this is one of the older versions. It says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. This is verse 28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 through verse 28. Okay, so my question, the question that I have for Earth, okay, everybody that exists on Earth that happen to come across this video, the question that I have is this: if if you are a believer of the word, what they call the word of God, okay? If you are a believer in this, my question to you would be, if God created male and female in his and her image, because it clearly said our and us, which is plural, okay? That means there's more than one creator, okay? If you look around, it's kind of obvious, okay? We are not all the same. We are not treated the same. We don't like the same things. We don't dress the same. We don't look the same. We don't smell the same. Our hair doesn't grow the same. We're not the same people, okay? Science even backs that up. It'll tell you that your skeleton can tell where you're from. If you have indigenous, we're different, okay? Let's just say it like that, okay? We ain't gonna go there. We're all different, right? So clearly there was more than one God during this creation process, which is why we have so many different people and types of people that exist on the planet, okay? Now, during this process of creation, the gods and goddesses spoke words and said that you are to have dominion over every creeping thing and everything that moves on the earth, okay? Now, this was for male and female. This was commanded to them. You are to have dominion over every creeping thing and everything that moves on the earth, okay? So if God knew, okay, because we know it was more than one, and we know it wasn't just a man, because it said they created male and female in that image. So if God knew, created the first people and said, you have dominion over every creeping thing and everything that moves on the earth, then that means you have dominion. You have rights. You have ownership of everything that's on earth. Why are we blaming, discrediting, and crediting God for things that are happening in the earth, when God clearly gave us the authority to be demigods on the earth? This is your kingdom, right? If God says, I'm giving you the authority to dominate, which is what dominion is, if I'm giving you domination over everything in the earth, then this is your kingdom.
The news, I got the news.